Well, this is the surfboard we're going to repair, and I know it looks pretty janky, but she holds water, so it's watertight. And then you can see right here, we were starting to take on a little bit of water here, and this is where that's all repaired. So that's all clear, and that's our solar res over that. And then we've got a little gap here. We're going to sand that, but this bit here, we're going to put this bit in here, and it's watertight, but we're going to make that so this is all smooth, and then we're going to sand this, and we're going to paint it. But I just took it out surfing this morning, so it's holding water. But I love this thing because it just catches anything. And I got this thing at Waimea Bay and in Hawaii on the North Shore on the island of Oahu. And I was just learning to surf, and my buddies kept saying paddle, 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 and I just couldn't paddle because, I mean, heck, I'm like I'm 60 years old, you know, or at the time I was about 55 years old, and I was out of shape, and I just wasn't able to paddle. So went to this surf shop on the North Shore, and they said, well, here, go ahead and try them. So I tried this one and took it out in the bay and paddled it around, and it just, I could paddle it with my pinky. I said, yeah, I'll take that one. And so and what happened, this fell off the roof there of the garage, hit the corner of a table, so I repaired that. But it's the surfboard that catches waves the easiest. And I'll tell you what, when I'm on this thing and it's all beat up, people certainly get out of the way. So we're going to be repairing this board today, and we're going to be taking a little solar res, and we're just going to be getting this part right here. And then we're going to, you know, maybe sand that down and just repair that, so that, because that might be getting a little water in there. I just want to make sure that it's not. Okay, so this is the spot we're going to do right here, and we've already kind of done this spot. You'll notice that over here we've got a little crack there where the water was getting in, but that's all nice and smooth. So we use the same technique over there, but we're going to do the same thing here. So we've got some pretty harsh grained sandpaper here. We're just going to kind of rough this up a little bit, and we're going to sand down these edges here too, so that we're going to give something to hold on to when we do our next step. We're going to clean this off once we get this kind of roughed up a bit, and then we're going to put in our resin right here. So okay, now that we've got that all filled in, because really the key here is just having something like this. This is a smooth surface, so this is one that came with the patch solution here in the kit, right? And I've used also shipping tape as well, works, but you need a smooth surface, right? So I've kind of wiped this clean on the side that I'm going to put it on, so it's nice and smooth, right? Because we don't want to get any sticking there, right? And so then we're going to take this, and since we're in the shade here, right, and we've sanded this down now, we're going to get a nice little bead going right down here, because we just want that little bit there, right into there, right? And that should all tamp down really good. Put our cap back on. We'll get our thing on here, and this should squish it right down. So we're going to do it right there, and we're going to just kind of get it going real good right there. Get it positioned just so, and then put that on there, that there. And then we're going to get this coming right across there, like that. Put that right there, just like that. Got just a little excess there, and we'll just kind of give that a little wipe. We'll get a towel there, do that, or actually just probably wipe it with this little bit here. And it's already kind of dried a little bit there, and we'll just let that sit. We'll put that in the sun, and then after that's all done, then we'll pull that out. We can sand it, and if we need to, we can put a little bit more on there. But this will also work with fiberglass board, and that'll give you less sanding if you put that bit on top there, either packing tape or something like that, where you can just really kind of get it down, smooth it out. Because if you try to do it with a stick and sand it later, you're going to be spending all day. It's going to be super bumpy, but this will get you there quicker. Okay, well, let's see if I can pull this out without bumping the camera again. But we're just going to take our tape off here, and then we'll just gently give it a little pull up here. See if we can get this off here without pulling the rest of the with me here. And this side over here. And then once this is done, we can let it cure a little bit more in the sun before we do any sanding or anything like that. But We'll just peel that right off like that. And there we go. There's our repair now. It looks pretty good. And then we'll just sand that down. We'll let that cure in the sun a little bit more. And we'll sand that down. We'll get a nice smooth finish right over here. All this stuff. And we're going to do the rest of the board too. But that'll at least make sure we're watertight here, because I was kind of concerned about this. But man, this is a great board. I took the opportunity too here to kind of clean it up just a little bit, because when it's out in the sun, you can put the wax on. And plus, since it's summertime and the water's warming up, see? And she does, you know, on the top there, she does clean up kind of nice, you know, right there. And just put some good wax on there, and she'll be good to go. I just love this shape, and it's just and it was my first one, so it's got some sentimental value. And got this baby, like I said, in Waimea Bay, and have kept it going all these years. So I guess it's got to be about 20 years old. And this is before the Costco spongy boards, and everybody used to poo-poo these because it says, oh, it just took a good shape. The NSP, the new surf project, they take these guys and stamp them out of a mold. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but this is 10-2, and there's a lot of volume to this baby. Just love surfing it. So, and like I say, kind of looks like hell, but people get out of my way when I'm coming down a wave on this big old thing, you know, get it up to ramming speed, and there you go. Other boards just explode when they run into this thing. But anyway, hey, subscribe, like, comment, and we'll have more ocean types of stuff. And be sure to check out my buddy, Drone Dude Ed. He said he got a shot of me on this board. So look for this board on Drone Dude Ed's site and serve it. There we go. Old Bertha doesn't clean up that bad. It's all done. You see there's our little repair over there on that side there. And then, you know, it's coming along, and it's incremental, so we'll just keep working on her and getting her going. In the meanwhile, we'll just put a little more wax on her, and we'll surf on her tomorrow morning. So, and seeing that it's a weekend day, we're going to want to surf on this baby tomorrow, because it'll be crowded. So, and this doesn't mind. If you run into her, we just put more of that stuff on her and just patch her up again, and off she goes. All right, well, there she is. She's all patched up. Took her out for a little session today, and she did great. Caught a bunch of waves. Got a really nice left. Somebody shared a wave with me with Aloha. Anyway, and the water's warm enough for some trunking now. So got out in the old swim trunks, got the old surf suit out, and had a few waves this morning. So I'm going to go and finish up the video of board repair, and we'll post that up. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment.